come together right now.
The 1960s, when rock and roll evolved into something bolder, louder, and more rebellious than ever. The decade that gave us not just songs, but revolutions in sound, spirit, and soul. From the jangling guitars of the Beatles to the thunder of Hendrix, this was the era when music defined a generation. And even now, more than half a century later, these songs still sound alive. Let's dive into 10 rock and roll classics from the 1960s that still sound fresh today. Number 10, The Rolling Stones, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, 1965. When Keith Richards woke up from a dream and mumbled a riff into his tape recorder, he didn't know he just created one of the most iconic guitar lines in history. I Can't Get No Satisfaction was frustration turned into fire, a rebellious anthem that spoke to every restless teenager of the 60s. Its raw energy, sneering lyrics, and pounding rhythm turned the Stones from blues imitators into rock legends. Even now, that fuzz guitar hook still punches through speakers like it's brand new. The song defined not just a band, but an entire attitude. It was the sound of youth refusing to settle for less. Number 9, The Beach Boys, Good Vibrations, 1966. Brian Wilson called it his pocket symphony, and that's exactly what it was, a masterpiece squeezed into 3.5 minutes. Good Vibrations wasn't just another surf tune. It was an experiment in sound, layering cellos, theremins, and harmonies like never before. Wilson spent months piecing it together, obsessing over every note. The result? A song that still feels futuristic decades later. It's joyful, haunting, and utterly unique. Good Vibrations wasn't just about feeling good. It created the feeling of wonder itself. Listening today, it's like catching a perfect wave frozen in time. Number 8, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Fortunate Son, 1969. It's loud, it's angry, and it never goes out of style. Fortunate Son was John Fogerty's protest cry against privilege, against war, against hypocrisy. Released during the height of the Vietnam era, it became the unofficial anthem of the working class. That raspy voice, those pounding drums, pure, honest rage in musical form. It's been used in movies, protests, and even military tributes. But at its heart, it's about truth. It ain't me, Fogerty shouts, and generations later, millions still shout it back. Few songs age this well because injustice never does. Number 7, The Kinks, You Really Got Me in 64. Before punk, before metal, there was this. 2 distorted power chords that changed everything. You Really Got Me by The Kinks was raw, loud, and unapologetically simple. Dave Davies sliced his amp speaker with a razor blade to get that gritty sound. And by accident, invented the future of rock guitar. The song's energy was wild, the rhythm primal. It didn't need polish, just power. That's why it still sounds fresh today, because rebellion never goes out of tune. Number 6, The Who, My Generation, 1965. Pete Townshend was just 20 when he wrote Hope I Die Before I Get Old. That single line became a generational manifesto. My generation wasn't polished. It was defiant, chaotic, even stuttering. But that was the point. It captured the youthquake of the 60s, when kids were done asking for permission. Roger Daltrey's snarl, Keith Moon's manic drumming, the explosive bass, it was musical anarchy, and it still hits like a bomb. Every time you hear that bass solo, you remember, this was the sound of rebellion becoming art. Number 5, The Doors, Light My Fire, 1967. When Jim Morrison sang Come On Baby Light My Fire, he wasn't just talking about love. He was talking about awakening. The Doors mixed poetry, jazz, and darkness into something hypnotic and dangerous. The 7-minute version of Light My Fire became a psychedelic journey that burned through radio rules. Morrison's voice was seductive yet mysterious. He didn't just sing, he enchanted. Even now, that organ intro can transport you straight into the smoky electric heart of the 60s. The fire never went out. Number 4, Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone, 1965. Dylan didn't just write songs, he rewrote what a song could be. Like a Rolling Stone was 6 minutes of lyrical revolution, breaking every rule in the pop world. It was bitter, poetic, and real. A portrait of freedom and loss in a world spinning out of control. Dylan's sneer, the organ's cry, the rhythm's defiance, it's still as modern as anything written today. Rock stopped being just fun here, it became literature. That's why even now, like a rolling stone, rolls on, timeless and untamed. Number 3, the Beatles, Come Together, 1969. Here come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly. It made no sense, and yet it made perfect sense. By 1969, the Beatles weren't just making hits, they were shaping the sound of the world. Come Together was funky, mysterious, and effortlessly cool, the sound of four minds in perfect sync at the end of an era. Lennon's voice slides like smoke, McCartney's bass grooves like silk, and Ringo's drumming keeps it alive. It's the sound of genius on autopilot, still irresistible, still fresh, still the Beatles. 2. Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze, 1967. No one had ever heard a guitar sound like this before. Purple Haze wasn't just a song, it was an explosion. Hendrix made his guitar scream, cry, and laugh, all in one riff. His performance at Monterey and Woodstock turned him into a living myth. Even today, guitarists chase that same tone and never quite catch it. It's chaos and control, art and madness. When you hear Purple Haze, you're not listening to music, you're witnessing lightning trapped in sound. Number 1, the Beatles, Hey Jude, 1968. 7 minutes, one piano, and a chorus the whole world can sing. Hey Jude wasn't just the Beatles' biggest hit, it was a global moment of unity. Paul McCartney wrote it to comfort John Lennon's son during his parents' divorce, but it became something far greater. That endless na-na-na outrow turned into a hymn of hope that still echoes through stadiums, bars, and memories everywhere. It's simple, it's human, it's eternal. Every generation finds itself in Hey Jude. That's why it's not just fresh, it's forever. The 60s weren't just another decade, they were a revolution in sound and spirit. Every chord, every lyric, every scream was a step towards something new. And though time moves on, these songs never age, because true rock and roll is timeless.